Self-worth, self-belief. This is a tricky one. This has been one for me personally that I've really struggled with over the years, particularly as a young kid. As a young kid, I didn't really believe in myself. I didn't have faith and trust in my abilities, in my ability to be present for others, in my ability to be cool. I didn't know who I was. I struggled with identity. I struggled with giving and receiving love. And so many of us, we move into relationship and we move through the world not really believing in ourselves. We fumble and we stumble and we almost just pray to something or someone that it all goes well, that it just goes okay. And we lack that faith and that belief in ourselves. Today, I not only want to speak to self-worth and self-belief, and maybe some of the ways that you can identify that you don't feel super worthy and you don't feel super connected, how that shows up in relationships, how that pattern can destroy relationships, and how it distances you from experiencing joy and bliss and love and all the good things in the world. Now, on a side note, it's not just about all the good things, but we have desirable and undesirable states. For example, if 100 people were lined up and you asked 100 people, would you prefer to be happy or would you prefer to be sad? Chances are that the vast majority of those people are going to put their hands up and say, I want to be happy. And so it just means it's a desirable state. It doesn't mean that we don't learn anything from being sad or being angry or what we sometimes call negative emotions, although there's no such thing as negative or positive emotions per se. It's more about desirable and undesirable emotions and experiences that we have. And feeling unworthy, not feeling enough, not feeling good enough, not believing in ourselves, not believing in our abilities, not taking the risks that we'd want to take, not asking that girl out or asking that boy out, not applying for that job, not starting your own business, not getting that one-way ticket to Chile or the Arctic Circle or the Eiffel Tower, or wherever it is that you want to go, not taking risks, not challenging ourselves when it comes from a place of being despondent, not being connected to self. We have to start to ask the question, where does this unworthiness come from? Where does this lack of sense of self and sense of belief come from? Now, I speak to this often because so many of us are affected by the experiences that we have during our fundamental developmental years, from the ages of 0 to 12. And in that time, we're really walking around and observing our world in this hypnagogic state. We're observing the world as very literal. And so if we're experiencing a teacher or a parent or someone that we look up to and we care about telling us or demonstrating to us that we're not good enough or that we've done something wrong, we make that mean something that maybe it wasn't intended that way or maybe it was, but we make it mean something and we internalize it and we shame ourselves for it. It distances us from what's possible. It distances us from stepping into our greatness and into our power. And it separates us from really looking at ourselves and saying, I'm worthy of love, I'm worthy of amazing experiences, I'm worthy of joy, I'm worthy of happiness, I believe in my abilities and I will pursue and embody what is right for me, what is relevant to me, and what is joyful and blissful for me. So many of us move away from that. I remember in my own life, I was consistently told and shown by my father that I was never good enough. One of the ways that I was shown was that he was never happy. Now, I use never as an absolute term because for as far as I remember, as a kid, he was always distressed, he was always angry, he was always upset, and anything I did that I remember was never good enough. Now, as an adult, that changed. As an adult, I really had his approval, our relationship changed. Father wounding is another story. I've done many videos on this and I can do another one, of course. But right now, this lack of belief that I had in myself was largely from my environment. Now, as a kid, it's difficult to be responsible for your feelings because you're learning, you're looking to others for guidance and advice. You're looking to others to say, to reassure you so that you can be reassured, to show you how to assure yourself, to show you, to demonstrate to you, oh, this is what it means to be healthy. This is what it means to be really happy with my output or my effort. Now, if you're not getting that healthy reinforcement, you're going to struggle and be confused. I experienced a lot of confusion in my life growing up. And so because of that aggression, because of the way he showed me what he thought of me or what really he was thinking of himself and life, but again, as a kid, we take it for life very literal. And so as a child, I lost my way and I lost confidence in myself because I didn't believe in what I was doing was right, or that it was healthy, or that it was accurate enough, or that it was good enough. It was really the notions of, is it good enough what I'm doing and what I'm being? And so for a large part of my young childhood, I hid from the world. I stunted my voice. And in doing so, I really forgot about my gifts and who I was. And that became a habit, that became the norm. And as I moved through my teenage years, it became too much to suppress my voice. And so I didn't know how to healthily express. And so I raged out into the world and I lashed out. And so I tried to gain my worthiness back, particularly being a man in the world or a male, by being hyper-aggressive, being dominating, being strong, being solid in my posture, but really being overpowering people and being overbearing, being autocratic almost. And so in that, I pushed people away, but I validated parts of me that were suffering. And so there was this oscillation between unhealthy extremes. And so really what happened was I started to realize that I can't keep treating people like that. I can't keep treating myself like that. In order to really step into deeper levels of authentic worthiness, I've got to go back and really feel my stuff. I've got to go back and really be with these uncomfortable feelings and experiences that I've had that have shown me, well, I'm not worthy, but is that true? So can you step into that posture for a moment of asking yourself, is it true? Am I really unworthy? Am I really not good enough? Can I believe in parts of who I am? Now, I want to give you a gift. I want to give you and pardon the background noise there, I'm not sure what's going on, but someone seems to be using a compressor. Anyway, I'm at a yacht club here. So I wanted to give you a gift of something because we're relational beings, right? And so in that, we learn from each other. And we grow with each other. And we are often reflections and mirrors for each other as well. So I want you to do this. If you're feeling low, if you're feeling unworthy, if you're lacking belief in yourself, I want you to go to a core group of friends. I want you to select friends that you trust, you respect, and you revere. And that this process is reciprocal. That they also trust and respect you. That you can get honest feedback from them. They will challenge you. They will pull the best versions of you forward. They will not judge you. They will accept you. They will see you for who you are. They will be compassionate for your needs. And you can do this one of two ways. You can do this on the phone, or you can do this in person. You can do it in a group, or you can do it as individuals. Take these people out, take them for a coffee, a drink, a juice, a tea, a meal, and sit with them and ask them what they see in you that is worthy, what they see in you that is value. What value do you bring to the world? Ask them to reflect this back to you in as many ways as which they wish. And really sit there and absorb that. Take that in. Do this with 3 to 5 core friends if you have them in your life. And get them to give you that feedback. If you want, you can invite a group of close friends over, make dinner for them, make an event, sit in the center, let them circle you and observe them. Look them in the eyes as they go around the circle telling you how much they value you. We're entering a new year and a new decade, and the reality is every moment is an opportunity for growth, and every moment is an opportunity for reflection and change and release if that's what it calls for in your life. And the invitation to you right now and right here is to not just make the next year or the next decade an opportunity for your growth, but to choose to reflect on everything that you are and the worthiness that you bring. You have no right to deny the world of your brilliance. And when you get stuck in a cycle and a rut of feeling unworthy and not believing in yourself, you are being a disservice to the evolution of your heart and soul and growth, and to the evolution of others and the impact that you can make by being present in your gifts. And so if you feel called to reach out, know that you're not alone, and trust your worthiness and trust your value. The stories of others are not your stories. Make up your own story. Power and blessings to you.